This is Contractor Sense with Ruth King.
Welcome to Contractor Sense. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to your contracting business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. This episode is sponsored by Financially Fit Business. Get the business tool that turns your financial statements into impactful graphs that help you see your business trends to make sure they are headed in the right direction. Go to www.financiallyfit.business and get started today. Thank you for joining us. Here's how we will help your business and you. I found out about contractor commerce from one of my clients who raved about it, and then another one did the same thing. If you haven't heard about contractor commerce, you're in for a treat with a website that can help you grow your business through e-commerce. My guest, Brad Felix, is the Vice President of AI for Contractor Commerce. The company started in 2018 with a simple premise: let contractors sell online. It has exponentially grown with many more features since that time. I'll let Brad tell you about the journey and how contractor commerce can help you. Brad, welcome to Contractor Sense.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Ruth.
My pleasure. So, how long? In 2018, there was no AI for all intents and purposes, correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Eh, In full disclosure, I am new to contractor commerce, so I've only been with the company for 4 weeks. I've known Paul and Will,
Uh-huh.
quite a while before that. But yeah, as you said, this title didn't exist, in 2018. So it's both telling of where we're going and the focus we have. I mean, obviously, we are excited about where our product has been historically, but there's also a huge focus on how do we bring the best parts of AI to that experience, and that's why I'm here.
Very good. So for those listeners who don't know what contractor commerce is, give us the elevator pitch.
Yeah, I think you did a great job in the intro. Simply put, we help contractors sell products and services online on their website. So we have that e-commerce experience for your website. Started with filters, more and more it's moving into system quotes,
Mhm.
and the future. Is we've viewed this as an evolution. The company started under Will's vision of giving contractors an e-commerce experience. He saw early on that consumers want to shop online, right? That is the trend. And the trend we're tracking now is not only do consumers want to shop online, it's becoming more and more clear that these conversational shopping experiences are becoming more mainstream. ChatGPT and others give you a best answer. And I think the important thing for contractors to think about is just number one, how do you show up in that answer? But number two, how do you give the right context to a chat GPT or just to consumers looking? How do they find the right products and services from you, and how do they make sure the pricing that they're being quoted is accurate? And so that's a place that we're just uniquely positioned to help.
Yeah, we're looking at, I'd say a year or so ago, maybe not quite that long ago, contractors were totally anti putting pricing on their websites. That is slowly changing because the market is demanding it. If you look at most of the websites now, do they have intricate details about a quote or something along those lines? And it's always subject to, us actually looking at it. But I think consumers, and you can tell me whether I'm right or wrong, really want to know, okay, if I need a new air conditioning unit, or I need a new water heater, or I need a new whatever. I really want to know, ballpark what it's going to cost me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'd say there's a couple clear indicators we're seeing where that is, certainly contractors have the choice, right? It is their choice whether they want to put pricing online or not. Um, you know, Obviously there's a lot of internal things that have to be figured out, but like this is truly an external force that's coming. Consumers more and more want to see pricing so they can help evaluate the options. And you're seeing Google and Chat GPT have um, clear signs that they are surfacing contractors that are showing pricing above other results. And you can see it in ChatGPT queries. When it does web searches, it will often prioritize those that have some pricing on the website. And with Google, they've added sort of that pricing filter, which is a clear signal that they are they clearly view it as important to surface those type of results to consumers, those contractors that have pricing online versus those that don't.
Yeah, and whether we like it or not, tough, it's
Right.
happening.
Right, it's happening. Yeah, I mean, that's what I realize that these things are always tough because internally you may not wanna change, and obviously nobody wants to change, but, I've found in my experience when these external forces are, hitting your business, you really don't have much choice, right? You've gotta go where the homeowners are gonna be, and more that looks like AI having a role in how they find your company, and so we're just uniquely suited and focused on that challenge.
Yeah. Well, you know, the other answer to this question is not one that I'd prefer, is I'll just sell my business and I don't have to deal with it.
Right. Right. Yeah, and it's definitely the case, right? I mean, if you're not gonna be in this industry a long time, perhaps it doesn't matter for you, but, certainly for anyone that's building for a long time in this space, I think it's just gonna look dramatically different even in a couple years' time. I mean, the one thing that's wild about this technological shift is that it's just faster than anything we've ever seen before. The pace of innovation and how it's changing is just remarkable. So you may not have as much time to adapt as in other changes that you've gone through. And that's just why we're trying to get the message out to contractors that it's important to have a plan and important to find, sort of a vendor that can help you through it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start talking about some of the things that you're now the vice president of AI. So are we talking about AI agents helping them? Are we talking about just the ability to ask questions about specific prices? I mean, what's your role and where are you taking it?
Yeah, great question. I'd say my role touches a lot of areas. So we have a product focus on AI. We've also got, like every company, we have internal use cases for AI that will make us more efficient at our jobs, right? So my role kind of spans all those things. But I think in talking about the product, I mean, where we're focused on our product, and we're actually building up to a launch at the end of March of the next generation of our product. It is going to look more like an AI guided conversation versus a static form. So if you look at our product today, um, it has form characteristics. There's not much ability for the homeowner to describe nuance of what's going on in their situation. And that's what's really going to change. For the first time, contractors are going to have an AI guided experience on their website where we can collect the relevant information, but the homeowner will also be able to ask very nuanced questions about the products we're recommending, maybe some of the specific nuances of their circumstance. This, I guess you could call it an agent. This experience will let the homeowner have a conversation in their natural language and reason through the purchase decision with, all on the contractor's website. So it's our it's our goal to just lead homeowners further down this purchase uh, decision, and we think that AI really gives homeowners the confidence to transact. So I would say it's already been a trend that homeowners have been willing to transact online, and this AI that is, guided by us, and we'll have some customization from the contractor eventually. We just feel it's going to give them the confidence to be able to pull the trigger, um, you know, in the middle of the night if that's when they're doing their searching. And we've got examples of that already happening today with our current product.
Oh yeah,
Um, but
definitely.
it's going to become like they can have a conversation with a comfort advisor, at any point in time, and feel really confident about their ability to transact.
Yeah. So before we take a break, if somebody wants more information about contractor commerce, how do they find it?
Yeah, I mean, we'd be silly if we weren't putting our own pricing on our website. So you can always go to Contractor Commerce. We've got tons of demo and collateral out there, just for how our product works today. But I would really just say, get in touch with our sales team, book a demo, get in the pipeline, because what you're going to see with our product launch coming in a month or two, uh, it's going to be great. And so I think if you want to be in line and want to have a chance to have that experience, certainly reach out and start the process today.
So contractorcommerce.com.
Yep.
All right. Very good. We will be right back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense.
Imagine you had total freedom. You didn't have to worry about money. You didn't have to be a slave to your business. The words, I can't, are eliminated from your vocabulary. What if you could do what you want to do, whenever you want to do it? A financially fit business could give you that freedom. How? By knowing what your financial statements are telling you and taking action based on what they say. You can do this in less than 10 minutes a month, at an investment of less than taking your family out to dinner once a month. And if your financial statements are a mess, you can get help. Go to www.financiallyfit.business or click on the QR code below to get started today.
We're back. Thanks for listening to Contractor Sense. I'm speaking with Brad Felix, who is the Vice President of AI for Contractor Commerce. And I want to give you all an example. I mean, we've been talking about, for all intents and purposes, overview before the break. But I was at a meeting and one of your customers walked into the room and said, "We sold a water heater last night and we didn't do anything." You know where they were, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, and it's I've got a few of those examples. We just recorded a testimonial of a $15,000 system sold overnight. And they're becoming these things that were once anecdotal are becoming more and more commonplace.
Well, if you think about it, they would become more and more commonplace because people are not doing 9 to 5 anymore. I mean, we're searching after the kids go to bed. We're searching at 10 o'clock at night. And until now, we really haven't had an opportunity to have somebody answer our questions or, take us seriously other than the quote unquote 9 to 5 type things. Are you seeing that?
Right. Oh, absolutely. And as a dad of three little ones, I can assure you my shopping is past 9 p.m. So if the
Yes.
service professional is not taking calls, then that's a problem for me. But yeah, you're exactly right. I think what we're really excited about our product roadmap is for the first time, I think we can sort of scale the knowledge and patience and, you know, all of that service that you bake into those conversations in your training. We can scale that via this guided storefront, that's going to be the new contractor commerce experience. So just really excited about what AI allows us to do from a product perspective that I think is ultimately going to make contractors more successful, right? And meet the homeowner where they're at, when they want to talk, even if that's late at night.
Yeah, well, that's it. Obviously, they're not going to install that water heater at 10 o'clock at night and,
Exactly.
do the scheduling for that piece of it. But they actually closed the sale at 10 o'clock at night through Contractor Commerce, and they were thrilled. They should
That's
have
right.
been.
That's right. And these are the notifications we love to send through to the contractors, right? Here's this new booking. Wake up in the morning to those. You have a good day.
You have a good start to your day. How's that?
That's right. That's right.
And so that goes back to the pricing question. They could never have done it without pricing, correct?
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, at least the way I shop as a consumer, I have to know the price, right, to transact on something, or else, I typically don't write blank checks to folks. So
Oh, come
pricing
on.
is,
You don't want to write me a blank check?
well, maybe you did. I don't know. You got to teach me your ways. But to
No, no,
me,
no. Yeah.
pricing is, it's just part of the equation. And I think, if there's fear around pricing, and again, I think everyone is getting there, right? Like this is an external force. This isn't something we invented. Um, Everyone is getting there, but I think one of the interesting things about this is like there's always a healthy fear of if I show my price, then people will think I'm too expensive, people will undercut me, then we all go to zero. That's just not the case. I mean, we've got customers, and I'll just mention one. Spent time with Travis Crawford in Charlotte, and Paul was actually in their office yesterday, and they're just an incredible shop. I mean, the people there are amazing, and they've just taken the heart about contractor commerce, like how they use it. It's changed their internal operations, how they do stuff there, but they are not an inexpensive contractor, and they'll admit that. So in their region, they're one of the top priced contractors, and they don't shy away from all the value they provide. And they're seeing incredible success with contractor commerce products. So I think it just goes to show you, you don't have to worry about being undercut or being shy of your pricing. it's just about transparency and trust, right? And can you communicate your value, what you provide for that price? And I think certainly as the AI part comes into this and there's more ability for that buying experience to be reasoned about why it costs what it does, I think that's only going to bolster confidence and get you more homeowners transacting.
Yep, absolutely. So we can put obviously water heaters up there, we can put filters up there, we can put maintenance up there, correct? We can put replacement
Yep.
pricing up there. So is there
Yep.
anything we can't put up there in
I
contractor
would say,
commerce?
I mean, I'll tell you the vision that we have, which is we think this type of buying experience works across every trade. And so, on our product roadmap is how do we expand this? We primarily started with filters and HVAC, but we are looking at every trade and how do we help facilitate this experience? And that's a focus for this year. So I think the sky is the limit in terms of what we can build into the product. I don't know what will be out when we release our first version of this in the next few months. It will definitely be the ones you mentioned, but uh, I would say the ability for AI to know the context about what you're selling and know the pricing. We have the infrastructure for all of that, so it's not a never. It's just you know, we'll have to see what priority it takes and when we can get those additional services or products in line.
Yeah, and the thing that will make it easier is as they are searching, they will stay longer on the websites where they have the pricing and can interact, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You're already starting to see data out from ChatGPT and others. Not only are not only do they have 800 million weekly active users, which is an amazing number for ChatGPT, but people are starting to use it more and more. We saw the same thing with social media when those apps first came out. The amount of time people are spending on those apps is just increasing. And to your point, I think that also means that hopefully homeowners will spend more time on your website engaging with this experience and ultimately, hopefully, coming back to that purchase decision.
Absolutely. Contractorcommerce.com, correct?
Yes.
All right, Paul, thank you. Paul, sorry about that. Brad.
No worries.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank
Oh,
you
you're
so
okay,
much
Ruth.
for being with us today and appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ruth, and I look forward to it next time.
Sounds good. And thank you for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a fellow contractor make more money too. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-0258 or email Ruth King at hvacchannel.tv. Thanks for listening. Have a great and profitable day.